What's up, all you horror movie loving fuckers? I'm Jay, and welcome back to another episode of FFFMK, where I watch the horror movies and I let you know if I'd rather fuck it, marry it, or kill it. And on this episode, I'm going to be covering The Influencer, a 2022 horror film directed by Curtis David Harder. Almost sounds like a good porn name. Curtis Harder. Curtis Harder. Yeah, good porn name. This is currently streaming on Shudder. I normally put an episode out like once a week, but I was kind of like, I didn't have shit going on today, and I was going through some movies and stuff, and I came across the Influencer on Shudder, and it looked interesting, so I checked it out, and after watching it, I'm like, well, shit, I'm just going to jump on here and give a review on it, and then get it uploaded. You know, that's the perks of being the guy behind the mic who pushes record. I can do what the fuck I want. So we're going to talk about this one, and I'm going to let you know my opinions on it. Like other episodes, we base it off the old game, fuck, marry, kill. Marrying being the best, fucking it, it's like a once booty call, want to hit it every now and then. Killing it, I'm not going back to it. You know, it's a one-night stand. It's a one and done, never going to touch it again. But so that's what we're going to talk about this evening. As soon as this is over, I'm going to get this uploaded. Yeah, it's not on the schedule. Normally I release every Friday, but when I got time and I watch a movie, I want to talk about, I'm just going to jump on here and do it and get it uploaded. But I appreciate any of the views, the follows, checking out the past episodes. You can find us on social media. We're on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. If you just look for Fright Flick FMK. If you're watching this on the YouTube, the links are at the bottom of the page. I'm in the process of working on a website, and it's a very slow process because I'm not fucking computer smart, and I'm not paying thousands of dollars to have some dude fix up a fancy website. Nothing about me is fancy. So hold on one second. Gentleman Jack break. Thank you. But so I'm in the process of working on that. It's not going to be nothing fancy. It's basically I want to be just kind of like a one-stop shop to where you'll be able to get to the social media links. You'll be able to get to the podcast sites, the podcast shows that I stream it on. Is that how you say it? Stream it? I guess so. But it's also going to it will have to have like the YouTube link to be able to get to the YouTube videos, and another slow process is I'm trying to do like a little merch store to where you can get a t-shirt or something like that. So I'm trying to get all that wrapped up on one web page, one-stop shop. So once that's up and going, you know, I will put that link into like the social medias and shit like that. But yeah, so check us out on social media. If you're listening, like, subscribe, follow, comment, give us a rating, 5-star, 4, 3, 2, 1. You know, I got thick skin. My feelings don't get hurt. But yeah, I definitely appreciate the people who have stopped by, check this out. So we're going to just jump on into The Influencer. And The Influencer is basically, we got Madison, who is played by Emily Tennant. Madison, she's a social media influencer. And once again, I'm a 70s baby. This influencer thing, I still don't quite understand it. I'm assuming people get on there and give out fancy quotes of the day or some shit to make people feel better. I don't know. Makes their day better. I don't know. But apparently, but she is a social media influencer, and she's on vacation in Thailand. She's basically on this vacation to try to promote herself and the advertisers, I guess, that she has online. I'm assuming it's like sponsors and shit like that give her free shit to get up there and talk about it. So she's on this vacation in Thailand, and all of her posts that she's pushing out, you know, she's putting out there like she's having the greatest time, how glamorous it is, how exciting it is, and how she's meeting all these people and doing all this stuff. And the reality of it is she's just there kind of by herself. She's eating by herself. She's just walking around by herself. She's in this fucking nice ass luxury hotel. And she's basically there just solo. And the whole thing is because her boyfriend, Ryan, who was played by Rory Saper, Saper, he basically couldn't make it. So he sent her there. She's there by herself. And the whole time she's like, in the background of all these social media posts, she's putting out there like how great it is. And she's making it sound like she's having the time of her life. Where in all reality is she's fucking miserable because she's just there by herself with nobody to talk to, nothing to do. And so that's kind of where the backstory is on this. And she's and what it kind of gives you is, the way I look at it is, yes, I'm on social media, but I'm also not one of those that is just on it. Like, God, some people are just on it all the time and they're just so wrapped up in it. And some people's lives revolve around it. And what it kind of gives you a look at is, when I watched the movie, I looked at it like, well, it's easy to see how so many people can be fooled by social media. So many people can get on your sites and they can see what you're posting, and you may make it look like you're the happiest person in the world. You've got the best life in the world. And then on the other side of that, it could be somebody just miserable, hating life, like not happy with everything. They've got so caught up in this social media to where that's where they get their attention. That's where they feel like they get their love. And they feel like because these people are hitting like and they're doing all the stuff that makes them feel wanted and needed, I guess. And so you never know. When I was watching this, it made me think. I was like, well, you never know. Just because this person's smiling big on the camera and they're doing all this stuff, you never really know what may be going on behind it. Like what kind of demons they may be dealing with, what type of anything from like mental issues, stuff like that, wellness issues. So you never really know. And that's what I felt with her. It was with Madison was putting on this front for all of the fans and all the people, and was making it look like she's having the best time of her life because she's this influencer and she can't just get on there and just be like, I'm having a fucking shitty day today. I'm having a fucking shitty trip, because that's not what the people want to hear. The people the sponsors and all, they want to hear like how good you are and how great things are. And I guess that's what an influencer is supposed to do. I don't really know, but yeah. And I'm just like, there's a part of her that probably wants to get on there and just be like, well, today was a fucking shitty day. I didn't fucking do nothing. I got out of bed, walked around, looked at the fucking beach. There wasn't shit to do. I'm just kind of, just be honest. But you can't do that because a lot of people, they don't want to hear that, because they're kind of living through you, living through her, this awesome life she's living. And then it also makes it look like, well, damn, bitch, you ain't grateful for nothing, because here you are living this cush ass life, just doing social media, getting on these nice ass vacations. So it makes her, she don't want to get on there and complain, because then you're going to take the backlash of people thinking, there's people out there that's got a lot worse. There's some people that can't take any type of vacation. And so I see that side of it, where a lot of people sometimes hide behind that social media. And that's what she was doing. She hid behind it, made it look like life was great. And so while she's on this trip, like I said, Ryan stood her up. He couldn't come. He couldn't come with her. So at one point, Madison is once again sitting at the bar in this nice ass hotel. And let me just say, in where they shot this movie at, everything about it looked so nice. Nice hotels, nice area in Thailand where they were at, out on these beaches and stuff like that. Everything's super nice. Well, one night she's sitting there at the bar, and there's a British guy, Rupert, played by Paul Spurrier. I think that's how you say it. Well, he's just kind of chatting her up a little bit, old British guy. He got some little young American chick. She's from California. And he starts trying to spit what little bit of game he's got. Kudos to the old man. You got to try. Hold on one second. Gentleman Jack break. And for the ones who are new, when I say hold on a second, that's just me taking a sip of my Gentleman Jack. And that's not a shout out or new type of sponsorship stuff. I get nothing from Jack Daniels, Gentleman Jack, for saying that. It's just my favorite drink. So, but yeah, just it's not a plug. It's not like I'm getting a dime for doing it. But so she's sitting here at the bar, and Rupert, like I said, trying to get up on her a little bit. Want to ask her if she want to go for a walk. He can show her around. Well, then off in the background, you see a lady sitting there, and she's kind of overhearing the conversation. And so she's kind of looking over there, and even Madison makes eye contact with her, and it's CW. That's her name in the movie. CW, played by Cassandra. No, I know I'm messing up her last name. Naud. Cassandra Naud. And that's CW. Well, CW gets up, makes her way to the bar, and you can tell then that she's going to play that like, all right, I want to get her out of here because I know she's not comfortable with this situation right now. So she comes up there and she kind of makes a joke at Rupert, kind of like trying to tell him like, man, just give up. You're just wasting your time. You're looking silly. So she says she's going for a walk. She takes Madison with her to go out on a walk. They're out there talking, and they know each other a little bit, and they return. They hang out that night, and they basically, she asks her, like, what are you doing tomorrow? They decide to go out and hang out, and she's going to take her to some local hot spots in the area. And Madison's excited because Madison's had fucking nobody to hang out with because douchebag Ryan just fucked off and said he wasn't coming. So she's got CW. They're going to go out. And so they go spend the day together. They go out. They're hanging out. They go out to some club. They have some drink. Just a fun day for Madison and CW. And, CW is just playing it like she's just a really good lady. Just, hey, you're here by yourself. We're going to have some fun. We'll take you out. And so they had a great night together. They come back to the hotel, and CW goes her own way. Well, then Madison goes back to her super nice ass hotel house, whatever the fuck this thing was. It was nice. And when she walks in there, she realizes that her room, when she gets there, the door's open, and the room is kind of been ran through a little bit. There's an old word, ranshacked. Is that that's an old Southern word, ranshacked. Maybe that's it. But room's kind of fucked up. And she notices when she gets in there, the drawer, earlier on, she puts her passport inside this desk drawer. So when she goes in there, she realizes that the desk drawer is open, the passport's gone. And so, of course, she hits up CW because that's the only fucking person she knows. And they're up at the front desk, basically saying that, hey, they're going to have to put you in for get you a new passport. It's going to be like 2 fucking weeks before this thing can happen. So the next morning, and this is where we get to see how big of a douchebag the boyfriend Ryan is. And she calls him up. They're like FaceTiming through the computer. And she's talking to him, and she basically tells him that she lost her passport. And he instantly is an asshole about it, almost like, what the fuck? How did you manage to do this and this? And then when she tells him she's got to stay an extra 2 weeks, he kind of has attitude about the fact that she has to stay. Just a really, he's a dick, and kind of an arrogant type dick. But and so she kind of mentions to him that maybe she wants to break it off. Like, we just need to break up. And he basically is like, well, call me back tomorrow, like when you calm down. Like, he just thinks maybe she's just overacting, talking because she's upset. So they just kind of hang up. Well, then the next day, CW and Madison once again spend the day together, hanging out, having a good time, take some places, showing all this local stuff. And because basically she knows she's stuck there for the next couple of weeks. And CW's been like a super help to her. She's helped talk to the people at the desk. She's reached out to whoever it is that gets them the fucking passports in Thailand and kind of explained some stuff to her. She's been a big help. Well, then that evening, CW has a surprise for Madison. And she's like, come with me. It's like a surprise. Takes her out down this dock, and she's got a boat, CW does. And she's basically, well, it's the next morning. It's not that night. It is the next morning. She basically has a surprise for her. They leave out early that morning. They're on this little boat heading out. And they get to this little island in the middle of fucking nowhere, I'm guessing, because there ain't shit on each side of it. And they get out there, and she's got like a little, like the picnic thing going, some bottles of wine and shit like that. They get out there, and when I'm seeing this, I'm like, when I'm watching this part, I'm kind of going, because I always make jokes when I watch horror movies. The fucking white folk, man, they get fucking nosy. Like, they don't even think shit all the way through. They just kind of be like, oh, fuck, there's noise over there. Let me go see what the fuck it is. And here you go with this chick you've known for like how many fucking hours. And now she's inviting you on some boat in Thailand, and she's riding you out to the middle of fucking the ocean to this little bitty island. And you seem to be okay with it. You weren't about, getting snapshots with your fucking phone and getting this shit posted on your social media. And I'm like, you're just okay with hopping in this boat with this girl you've known for a few hours, and you're going to let her haul your ass out to this fucking island. And not one time, not a red flag at all goes off in your damn head thinking, is this a good idea? No, because my people, white folk in the damn movies, we like to run to where the fucking trouble is. We don't ask no fucking questions. Hold on one second. Gentleman Jack break. Thank you. So they get out to this island, and basically they're sitting around drinking, having a good time type shit. Well, then Madison starts joking around. No cell phone service out there, because damn it, if any type of horror thriller movie at some point in it, damn it, there's not going to be a cell phone service. That's the rules. It has to be. So here they are on this island, no fucking cell phone service. So they're sitting around hanging out, having a good time. Madison starts making a joke, talking about, so and so. People may think that you would, if somebody knew I was doing this, they'd be like thinking that you brought me out here to kill me, and kind of laughed it off. Well, then CW, in this clear, cold-hearted way, she's like, "Oh, I'm not going to kill you." And then she's like, "I'm going to leave you out here." And I'm sitting there going, "Okay, is this?" She's just playing. And then she's like, "I'm going to leave you out here," and she basically explains to her, like, in the morning, I'm going to get up, I'm going to leave. You're going to be on this island by yourself. You can't drink the ocean water. There's no way to survive. You're basically going to stay out here, and you're going to just get so thirsty, and you're going to starve, and you're going to basically you're going to die. And the fucking crabs and everything are going to come up here and fucking eat you. And she's saying this like straight-faced, not laughing or nothing. Well, then Madison kind of laughs it off, like, "Oh, that's funny." And then she makes the comment like, "You're forgetting one thing. People will miss me. People will be looking for me." And then CW makes a comment like, "Will they?" Like, you basically are on social media selling shit to little girls, like makeup and shit. And do you really think those people are going to be coming to look for you? And she made the comment. She goes, "I bet you I could take over your social media and nobody would know it." Well, then Madison is like, "Oh, that would be such a great break," because Madison, you can tell she wants to step away from that. Like, you can tell that that's not making her happy, but she's so invested in it. And so she just kind of laughs it off. And they start like dancing. She gets up, starts dancing around. They're drinking. Sun's going down on this island, having a good fucking time. Shit. Next morning, daylight, we got fucking CW sitting there on the beach smoking her cigarette. Damn, Madison knocked out. CW gathers up her fucking shit, loads that fucking boat up, and rolls out. And that's when the credits open for the movie. Almost like 20-something minutes into it, that's when it kind of like, you see some credits and you see the name of the movie. And you got damn, when it fades, you got damn CW hauling ass back to the other island, and damn Madison knocked out on the fucking beach. And when they first got on the beach, one thing, there was a log out there that has some notches in it. You know how we do like 1, 2, 3, 4 slash through it? Well, there was a log with some slashes on there like that. And when Madison got out there, she seen it. Didn't ask no fucking questions. She just rolled with it. So here we are, CW hauling her ass back to the damn mainland. Madison knocked out on the fucking beach. Well, then here's where this little twist comes in. CW is going to take over Madison's life. And she's going to enjoy Madison's lifestyle. She's got her passport. She's got her social media. She's got a fucking wig. And one thing about CW is she has a birthmark. And that is strictly, that's not fake. That is Cassandra Nod. She has a birthmark on the side of her face. And so when she gets back, she's going to basically take over social media. She's going out there and she's dressed kind of like how Madison was dressed. She's got her wig on. She's taking all these pictures. And then I'm kind of wondering, like, how the fuck is she going to fake, like, being Madison? Like, they look nothing alike. And you see that CW has some type of computer shit. She's taking some pictures of Madison. And so she basically takes and whatever software she's got, because I'm not computer smart, and she basically takes the same pictures that she took of herself, and she's putting Madison's face in there, even the talking and stuff, and she's kind of like working Madison's face in there. So she's basically taking over Madison's life. She's basically saying, you know, how great things are out there. She's making it sound like she's having the time of her life out there now in Thailand. She's making new friends. And so everybody just thinks that, you know, Madison's over there living the good life. Well, then, and CW gets kind of bored, I guess. I took it as she was bored. She wanted a new challenge. So she ends up looking through fucking Instagram, basically is what it is. And she's finding pictures. She basically, I guess you could like almost like hashtag like that area she's in. And when people are posting, they may tag it or the location. And she's is pulling these pictures up in the area of people who are there. And she comes across Jessica, who is played by Sarah Canning. Jessica is I think is another type of influencer where she's like does all these pictures and sponsors and shit too. So I'm assuming she does the same thing, influencer. Well, then she finds her one night on fucking Instagram. And she basically goes through the same thing. Basically starts fucking stalking Jessica and basically follows her into this little store, strikes up a conversation with her. And so then they kind of, and what CW does is she makes it look like she's a fan of hers because she's popular. She's got a big following. So she sees her in a bar the next day, and she still goes up there and talks to her in this little like fangirl type accent where she's like this little cheesy ass, just a fangirl of Jessica. And they start kind of talking, hit it off and type stuff like that. And the next day, they kind of start hanging out. And the next day or the day or two later, they're out together, Jessica and CW, and they're doing like a little photo thing. She gets some pictures taken and shit like that. And at this time, CW steals the room key to Jessica's room. And she basically, same shit that went down with Madison. They get back one night. Jessica goes into her apartment. It's everything's gone. Same shit. Same game that she played. Well, then here she is, new in the area. Who does she know in the area? CW calls up CW. Hey, my shit's been taken. Well, then CW, being the nice girl that she is, hey, I got my place over here. You can come stay here. Well, when they come back that night, Jessica and CW are coming back to the house that belongs to Madison. When they get there, there's like a motorcycle in the little overhang. And then Jessica's kind of like, oh, who's here type thing. And when they get into the house, they go into Madison's house. Well, then Ryan is there. The little dumb Ryan, who basically blew her off, decides to come out there now. And he wants to, he was going to propose to her because when you walk in there, he's got some fucking candles lit, some flowers out. He had the mood set. He was going to pop the question. And then to get in there, and he's kind of like, who the fuck are you? And basically CW lies and tells him that Madison friends, and Madison allowed her to stay, and Madison was off doing her own thing. And at the same time, you could tell that Ryan or Jessica, they were both kind of hesitant toward the shit she was spinning. And so that night, and I don't want to get into the ruining all of it. I just want to kind of talk about it. I don't want to spoil the ending. I do give away spoilers. I tell you that all the time. So fuck it. If you haven't watched it, go check it out on Shudder. But basically, it's going to start all coming to a head, to where CW is trying to cover her tracks, and Jessica's catching on some shit. Stuff just don't seem right, because she comes to find out that Madison, after Jessica talks to Ryan, finds out that Madison's hotel room got broken into and her shit got stolen. Well, now here we are, like a week or two later. Same shit happened to Jessica, because it tells you in the part whenever she drives Madison out to the island and she leaves her there, it jumps forward 3 weeks. Like 3 whole weeks is where it picks up at. The timeline after that, it kind of, I'm assuming it just goes day to day, maybe. Can't really tell. I didn't really pay that much attention to that part. But yeah, so Jessica and Ryan start kind of picking up on some shit just don't seem right. And so now CW, because they're starting to kind of question some shit, and Jessica's trying to get the hell out of there, and CW is like, she's got to take over. Like, she needs you gone, because once again, she's going to take over. She wants to be you and live that life, whatever you're living. And so this is where it starts getting toward the end, not really the ending, but where it all starts coming together, and the shit just starts falling apart for CW, because you got Ryan, who's smarter. He started putting some shit together, and he starts doing some research and looking into some stuff and realizing shit just ain't right. And that's why I don't want to get too much more into it. But the cast of the movie, I'll touch on the cast. I enjoyed, everybody in this was really good. Everybody did good. I was a big fan of CW. CW was like, man, she played it so good of just being like the really nice girl who's gonna help you out. But then when she flipped that switch, like to the part on the beach when she's telling her like, oh, I'm just gonna leave you out here, she was so cold when she did it. And that was probably one of my favorite parts, when she explained to her what she was going to do, and Madison, just thinking it was a fucking joke, just kind of laughs it off. But they played the roles. Like, Ryan was supposed to be the douchey boyfriend, got it. Madison was good. She kind of goes away after that 20 minutes into it, when she gets dropped off the fucking on the island, and then it all comes back around in the end. And but like I said, I don't want to spoil it. I don't care if I spoil it, because I give out spoilers. But check it out though, definitely. There's not a whole lot of kills in this one. A couple. And you'll be able to figure those out pretty easy. There was one kill to where, like I said, I give out spoilers. If you don't want to know, then pause this, go check out the movie on Shudder, and then come back. But there's a part where CW has to get Jessica out of the way, because that's what CW does. She needs you out of the way so she can pick up your life and start living it. So they get into it. There's a fight going on. Basically, CW is whooping her ass. CW gets her out to the edge of the pool in this nice ass house they're staying in. And she's going to kill her. You know it's coming. And she's kind of like choking her at first. Then she kind of stops. But then I'm like, well, fuck, what's she going to do? Well, then CW had on some heels. And she basically, it shows the part where she takes her heel and puts it right up to her throat. And then I'm like, oh, hell yeah. And you can tell in that moment when she just like kicks her right through the throat with that fucking high heel. Doesn't show anything, so you're not going to get all that, no serious blood or gore in it. But that's what she did. Would I've liked to seen it? Hell yeah. But it doesn't. This one is not bloody, gory type of a movie. Very little at all, really. So that was probably like the best kill in it. I like that one. But overall, the story of it was good, and it kind of gives you that. And what I took from the movie watching is just how you got to be careful with this social media shit, man. Like, because I got a feeling there probably is people out there that could take over some shit like that. That's just you thinking that you know people and all this stuff on social media, and she's living like this lie behind it. It was so easy for CW to just pick up and just right where she left off, didn't miss a beat. And I'm just like, it's because Madison was out there making it such a great, everything's good, everything's good, everything's good. And so it was too easy for fucking CW to pick right back up, slap some pictures up there, talk about how great things were. And I'm just like, damn, it's just be careful what you put on the fucking social media. If you're having a fucking bad day, if you want to be on social, tell people you're having a fucking bad day. Don't get up there and fucking lie. If at some point if Madison would have posted some shit like she was really feeling, then maybe somebody would have gave a shit. And when she went missing, somebody maybe it would have worked out different. But when everybody thinks you're just out there living your best life and like not a care in the world, everything's peachy, and it wasn't, like I said, she wasn't happy, she wasn't having a good time. But it was so easy for CW just to pick up and run with it. And the ending on it's got a good twist. Spoiler alert, Madison isn't dead. Madison survives. I had some questions that I don't get answers to when I got to the end of this because it was over 3 weeks. And so I'm curious, did she go fucking Tom Hanks in Castaway? Like, this chick act like she was just, this. Oh my gosh, you never would have thought she'd be able to last over 3 to 4 weeks on a fucking island somewhere. But she survives. And I'm going, well, earlier, CW's telling her there's like no way to get water. Like, was fucking Madison a big fan of Naked and Afraid? Did she like watch a lot of episodes, take a lot of notes, learn how to make a fucking fire with some sticks and rocks? Because she must have, because when CW goes back out to that island to get rid of some bodies, she sees a little stick with like a fish stuck on it. So badass Madison over these past 3 weeks has learned to, make fire, catch fish with a fucking little stick pitchfork, and survive for almost 4 weeks. And so those I had some questions to. Was Madison a big fan of Naked and Afraid? Maybe she took a lot of notes. Maybe she learned how to survive. Maybe she figured some shit out. But kudos to Madison being a badass bitch and survived to the end of it. And but yeah, I would like to know, like, she learned fast, because it took Tom Hanks quite a while in Castaway to figure out how to catch some fish and to do all the shit he did. Like I said, Madison figured that shit out pretty quick. That's one of my little, like, I wasn't a fan. I was kind of like, really? Like, where did she get her water? How did she learn to catch fish so fast? So that was a kind of an ending I was kind of questioning when I got to the end of it. I'm kind of like, So, yeah, that's it, man. That is The Influencer on Shudder. It's new on Shudder. Just came out maybe a couple weeks ago. Maybe, I'm not even fucking sure. Yeah, that's gonna be my review, my discussion of it. Hold on one second, real quick, before I get into my review. Gentleman Jack Break, thank you. Not review, rating. That's what I meant to fucking say. But like I said, fuck, marry, kill. For this one, it was gonna be on that line of a fuck and a kill, because it's one of those movies. The reason I have to say a kill, and it's not that the movie's bad. I enjoyed the movie, but the reason I say a kill is because once the twist is known and all of that's kind of out there, it really doesn't make me want to go back and watch it again. It wasn't I'm a big fan of the bloody, gory type horror movies with a lot of cool ass kills. It wasn't one of those. So it wasn't like one of those movies where I was like, man, it had some badass killing in it. I could watch it just for that. It didn't have that. This one would almost be borderline more of a thriller than a horror movie. So for me, I gotta kill it because it's not one I want to watch again because I know I know the twist, I know the ending. Not that it's bad. I'm not saying it's a bad movie. And I tell people all the time, I will say it on this show all the time, go watch it. Don't pay attention to what I say. Don't pay attention to what you may read on the websites. I've come across a lot of movies I love and get shredded in like all those fucking websites and other people review them, and they may shred them and hate them. And I watch it and I love it. And that's the thing about it. That's the beauty of it. It's a fucking horror movie. You get to watch it and enjoy it. And if you may end up loving it or you may hate it. But hey, we fucking get to watch it. And it's horror. And I love watching it. And so for me, this one's going to be a fuck. Not a fuck, my bad, shit. Gentleman Jack's talking. Hold on one second. Let me get another one. Gentleman Jack break. Thank you. But it's a kill. Not because it's shitty. Because once you see it once, that's it. So, but yeah, go check it out. Go check it out on Shudder. If you don't know what Shudder is, pull it up, Google it. It's like $5 a month. A lot of horror movies on there. They do releases every month and a lot of good stuff on there. And that's where this one was at. I'm glad I watched it. And definitely, I wasn't bored. I had a good time watching it. But yep, just one and done, baby. One night stand. But yep, that's going to do it for The Influencer 2022. That's going to do it for this episode. Not sure what the next episode is going to be yet. There is a possibility that I'm going to have a special guest on here with me the next time. And we're still deciding on which movie we're going to do. So stay tuned for that. It will probably be out toward the end of next week. Probably on the Friday release. But if I watch a movie tomorrow before the end and I want to do a show on it, I may jump on here and do another review on it because, like I said, I love horror and I love talking about horror. So, yeah, we'll see. We'll see. But like I said, definitely stay tuned next week for that possible special guest. Fingers crossed that everything goes through as far as scheduling and stuff like that. But shit, man, I think that's it, folks. Appreciate you listening. Appreciate you hanging out. Like I said, go check out the social media. Give us a like. Give us a subscribe, a follow, comment, stuff like that. Let us know. If maybe there's some movies that you would want us to review. Shit, drop us a comment, an email, Fright Flick FMK. It's all on social media. But let us know. But yep, that's going to wrap it up for us. That's going to wrap it up for this episode of Triple FMK. So get your shit, get your drinks, put your chairs away, and get the fuck out of here.